Rokelle Lerner here from Crossroads Centre Antigua. Today I'd like to talk to you about the holidays and the holiday season. For those of you who have some recovery under your belt and are connected to family and friends, for those of you who have religious or spiritual beliefs, the holiday is a wonderful, wonderful season. But for many of you out there, the holidays that are approaching, how many of you feel that you should be happy and you should be joyful and you should be very excited about spending time with your family or friends? Social media inundate us with messages from acquaintances, friends, even strangers. All of them making Christmas plans. All the stores are turning up the volume and the pressure to buy gifts and make merry. But again, for many of us in recovery, the anticipation of the holidays isn't always joyful. In fact, for many people that I work with, there's a certain dread as the holiday season approaches, especially those who are new to recovery. You know, there are questions. If you're invited to a family gathering, are you going to feel like an outcast if you don't drink? Will you have to explain yourself? Perhaps the holidays bring up unpleasant memories of disconnection or even trauma that could be related or unrelated to our use. We know that loneliness is hard on everyone, but it's especially difficult during the holidays. And for someone in addiction recovery, loneliness can be a real trigger for relapse. It's absolutely essential for any of us who are on that recovery path to manage this feeling of loneliness and anxiety more proactively during the season, more so than any other time of the year. And one of the most important things to remember is that you are not alone and that you're not the only person who feels this kind of emptiness or loneliness at this time of year. Reaching out to people, to other people, can enrich your life and help you overcome this loneliness. Prepare yourself by making plans with some of your friends in recovery. And if you're attending a gathering and feeling anxious about it, use what I call the bookend approach. Call your sponsor or another friend before you leave and check in with that person after you get home. I can't underscore this enough, that having a group of people that you can be with, even if you're not close friends, will relieve you from feeling that kind of loneliness. It will also provide you with some emotional support you need to get through this season. It's important to remember that most, if not all, of the people in these groups are experiencing the very same thing at this time. A large part of overcoming this emptiness or loneliness is knowing how to fill your time. And when we were using alcohol and drugs, these addictions stole our time, and we never had to worry about filling the gap. Now that we're sober, it's so important to learn how to fill our time in ways that are meaningful to us. You know, I have a client with 10 years of sobriety that chooses not to be with his family for many reasons. And after spending his first Christmas alone one year and almost relapsing, he decided to create his own ritual. Every Christmas morning, he volunteers at a senior center or a homeless shelter and finds the stories he hears and the gratitude he receives for his presence so completely heartwarming. He also created a family of choice and surrounds himself with a few people that are on a similar recovery journey. Loneliness, emptiness is one of the strongest emotions that we have. And at times it can be overwhelming. And if you find yourself feeling depressed and lonely and volunteering is not your thing, we must make sure that we have a support system. The final thing I'd like you to remember is that the holiday season will pass. A new year will begin. This is always exciting, and a new year of sobriety brings great hope and happiness. And I'd like to end by reading you one of the passages, one of the affirmations I wrote in my book, Daily Affirmations. It goes like this: the holiday season, I will surround myself with people who are supportive, and caring. I will not subject myself to any situation that has the potential of producing anxiety or depression. I will derive peace of mind, and I will surround myself with like-minded people. I know that my attitudes and beliefs have direct bearing on my experience, and I resolve to believe that I can and will have a holiday that is peaceful, filled with serenity and gratitude. The kinds of negative experiences I may have lived through during Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's will not prevent me from experiencing the holiday peace in my adult life. Today, I decide that whichever way I choose to celebrate this season is just fine. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I will be realistic about my expectations. At this season, I will plan activities and be with people that I enjoy. At this season, I'm turning my attention to my higher source that is showing me new ways of experiencing life. And day by day, I'm learning that being alone doesn't necessarily mean being lonely. Till next time.